Hello and welcome to Matchday Live, the home of the Kings of Europe. 109 nights on from perfection in Porto. We are back. Boys, thank you very much for joining us. Zach Jellab and Savage Dan. Zach, I'll start with you, and I'm going to get it in early because I know you're in Porto. You've not mentioned it just yet. How's it feel, mate? It's nice to be back and good to go again.
Well, the fact you said 109 nights is actually mad. It feels like it was yesterday. That feels so long ago now. Yeah, man, like amazing. But we've done the celebrating. We've paraded the trophy. It's now to focus on the new season and retain it.
Absolutely, Dan. That's exactly it, isn't it? That's the attitude now has got to be brilliant. It's in the cabinet, but we go again.
Yeah, I've been a nightmare for my friends.
In general.
Yeah, the whole of pre-season, I've just been behaving like a king of Europe. And yeah, it's time to retain it. That's it. I feel like we've won it once. We've won it twice now. I feel like we have to go and win it again. I'm quietly confident, or loudly confident.
Loudly confident.
Yeah.
100%. It's happening. Let's have a little look at what's coming up on the show today then. In about 10 minutes' time, we will cross over to the social, a look through social media from the perspective of a Chelsea fan. Live commentary of Chelsea versus Zenit St. Petersburg. 10 to 8, we'll cross to our commentary team. 8:45, we'll give you some half-time analysis, hopefully. The Blues being in a commanding position by then. And then at 10 o'clock, the Pulse, a big old reaction to Chelsea's first Champions League fixture of the season. Let's go straight into the team then that Thomas Tuchel has selected for the first one. In goal, Eduard Mendy, a back three captained by Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger, Marcos Alonso, Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic, Reece James, Mason Mount, Romelu Lukaku and Hakim Ziyech. Dan, a very strong pick from Thomas Tuchel tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I expected a team that strong. Not that we could put out a strong team no matter who we put out, but that is a bit of a statement of intent. It's a Chelsea team we're probably more used to seeing as of late. Looks solid. I feel quite sorry for Zenit, if I'm honest.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think a lot of us were expecting quite heavy rotation tonight, maybe because of some of the noises that Thomas Tuchel's been making in his press conferences, but a fully rested Mason Mount gets a start tonight as well, and that's something that you think, I can't remember the last time Mason got a rest and now he's back in.
Yeah, exactly, and he's used it to rest Havertz, maybe possibly for this game. It's interesting, but it also just shows you how deep our squad is. We've mentioned it a few times, but you look at that sub bench and there's Callum Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Thiago Silva. Like, it's so impressive to see that Chelsea squad, and the fact that, like, okay, Thiago Silva was amazing against Aston Villa, but back comes Christensen, who's been brilliant. Aspie back in there, Reece James back at right wing back. It's such a good and frightening Chelsea team that no matter, as Dan kind of said, what lineup is out there, whether it has been heavily rotated from the previous game, you expect them to win all the time.
Absolutely, and even Timo Werner, Dan, you expected him to maybe get some minutes today, and you still do. Romelu Lukaku's got 3 and 3 for Chelsea so far.
Yeah, so I'm expecting to see Werner at some point today, I suppose. It's scary, our attacking options, when you look at everyone. Ziyech is playing, but you wouldn't even know who to swap out for who. Yeah. All you know is that if you want goals right now, you play Romelu Lukaku, because he's just scoring for fun at the moment. So hopefully,
he's really the only guaranteed name, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah, but even then, you wouldn't be really shocked if Tuchel did play a curveball and decided to leave him out.
Yeah.
It's true. So many options. In fact, we've got a new signing to Matchday Live, so time to cross over to the Gantry. Pat Nevin, and welcome to the team, Max Jones.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm already feeling like part of the furniture here. Pat Nevin's given me the whole tour of Stamford Bridge. He showed me a few cheat codes around the stadium as well to make sure that we could get some dinner pre-match as well. Pat, we've already had the team news in. Early impressions of it, and what stands out for you?
To be honest, you can't talk about it without talking about Romelu Lukaku up front. I mean, he is the main man just now. The big stars have turned up at the start of the season. I don't just mean at Chelsea. You're talking about Manchester United, Ronaldo. You're talking about Salah's turned up. He's scoring goals. Romelu's up there as well. And he started on fire for the club. And that's why he's getting another start tonight, because he wants to keep that run of goal scoring going. So, absolutely brilliant that he's starting, but it's all about getting balls into him, giving opportunities. And there are plenty of players around that pitch and create opportunities for him. And I think he's loving the fact that he can look just about anywhere, and there's people that want to get the ball at his feet in front of the goal.
Well, we already saw him on the weekend combine so well with Mateo Kovacic, but a player who's coming in tonight, Mason Mount, full of energy, full of creativity.
A little bit further up the field, Mason loves to play in that position just behind the striker, and when he gets there, he's a slightly different player as well. Mason will play just about anywhere. He'll play as a sitting midfielder if you like. He'll do a great job, But the energy that he brings to that position, it's like having two players on the field. He is absolutely everywhere, but he's got that creative nous as well. But he's not the only one. There is plenty of him in that team. But he's also wanting to add goals himself. I mean, he's spoken about it a few times. You know, he's had a few goals already. But when you're one of the almost a forward yourself, between the midfield and front, you want to make sure that you add to the goal. So he'll be looking this season with enough games to get towards double figures. And if he starts in that position often enough, I think he will.
Well, we often see him buzzing around in a Chelsea shirt and an England shirt as well. Another player who's going to be full of energy tonight. Reece James, energised with a break after the weekend's game where he was suspended. Back in the side, providing threat from the right-hand side.
It's been a funny season for him already, oddly enough. I mean, the first game against Arsenal, I mean, wow. I mean, the crosses that he was putting in for Romelu. I mean, Romelu will look around and think, Ziyech, he can give me goals. Havertz can, Werner can, etc. But he must look at Reece and think, just keep on playing those crosses in there. Puts those crosses in as good as anybody in the league. So if he gets the ball in the right areas there and puts in the right areas, Romelu will be there. So Reece James, big one for him. Unlucky at Liverpool, but as you say, a little bit of a rest. Great opportunity for him tonight.
Awards galore ahead of kick-off as well. We're looking at the UEFA yearly awards that have been, of course, awarded. Mendy, best goalkeeper, best midfielder, and N'Golo Kanté, best player, Jorginho, and of course, best coach, Thomas Tuchel. A word on them and their exploits last season.
I could say one word and say brilliant, but I'll say more than one word. I mean, I'm so happy for Jorginho. I mean, it's taken a lot of people a long time to get on board with this. I mean, I was a bore about it. You know, for the moment he started at Chelsea, I've just loved everything he's done, and I think the people understand what he's doing now. But you're right, N'Golo Kanté was almost godlike in periods. He does things that you've never seen any other players do before. So you look all the way through that team. There are quality players. Mendy's had a great season last season, but you can't ignore Thomas Tuchel. I mean, what he done for this club, we'll never ever forget. Whatever happens, we don't care whatever happens. He won us the Champions League and won it in a way that we could never have expected how so quickly it happened. So, Thomas, we love you being here. We hope it lasts, and seriously, you deserve that award that you're getting tonight.
And of course, the road to St. Petersburg starts here, so why not kick off with a win? That's us for now, but we'll go back to the studio. You'll hear from us again very shortly.
Brilliant. Welcome to the team, Max, and especially if he's had a wander around the ground with Pat Nevin beforehand. We've all done that walk. God. And I tell you, the amount of stops that you get with Pat,
taken a while.
Pictures. I've taken so many pictures for Pat and everything like that. Lots of reaction, obviously, coming in from social media about the team news. Rightly so as well. This is I like this one. Great lineup. I have no complaints. I'm looking forward to seeing Hakim get a run out. He and Reece can both get assists tonight. Hakim Ziyech is one as well, Dan, isn't he? Because he had a fantastic pre-season. Yeah. Fantastic pre-season. Yeah. Unlucky with the injury as well, with his shoulder in the Super Cup, but it's good to see him back out.
Yeah, he's probably been our most impressive player throughout pre-season. Wasn't just assisting, actually. He was getting most of the goals. Yeah. So even though assists is what we know him for, and creativity, he is a little bit ruthless as well when he gets in front of goal. So good to have him back. Hopefully he does give us an assist or a goal or whatever it is, and that's it. It's the beginning of his momentum.
Loves this competition as well, doesn't he? Time to cross over now to the social. Welcome to the social. This is a look across social media through the eyes of a Chelsea fan on and off your timeline this week, and we've got plenty to get through, including trending, where we will look at the biggest things that do trend as a Chelsea fan this week. Strolling down the Fulham Road as well. Zach's been out and about, getting to know our Russian counterpart, Zenit St. Petersburg, and a little bit of a lighter note to finish on in case you missed it. But first, let's get to show and tell, and it's a Chelsea theme today. Demba Ba. Now, he announced his retirement from football this week. We all love Demba Ba. We've got favourite memories from Demba Ba. So we're going to put those three memories to the test, because this is where you can get involved by voting for your favourite Demba Ba moment that we've picked from. So myself, Dan and Zach have got something to show you now, and whoever your favourite is, play it. So here's mine. My favourite Demba Ba moment in the Champions League has to be this one. Last minute, needing a goal against Paris Saint-Germain. It's a lovely strike through. It has to be with the assist as well, but he just makes sure that he gets enough on it. It's never going to be the best goal he's going to score, but that is one of those where that's a proper centre forward.
Got to be there, poacher.
Look at that. He just gets enough on it. It bounces off, I think, three shins somehow, but it's there. It's the technique, the technique, and Jose. We've seen him doing it this week as well in Rome, haven't we? But a great goal, a great moment. Look at the scenes under the lights at Stamford Bridge.
Look at the players there as well. Eto, Torres.
That's a moment, isn't it? That's a moment.
It is. You're not going to win.
Big Demba Ba moment. Right, go on then. Zach, you can go next, mate. Go on.
Indeed. I think we all know this goal very well against Liverpool. And look, I'm not going to mention it, but here goes Demba Ba. He's through on goal. And this isn't an easy finish. It really isn't. You've got everyone chasing down on you. You've got the pressure of facing Liverpool and putting it away like that. Fantastic to see. I mean, this guy, he really came in and embraced the Chelsea fans instantly. Everyone grew to love him. Yeah, this is in particular my favourite goal for sure.
It's a strong one. It's a good finish as well, Mignolet. It's a very good finish. Two good moments so far. Dan, all you, mate?
Well, there's no better joy than scoring against Man United, is it? So my one, if it comes on the screen right now, beautiful ball, Mata. And if you just look at this, look at that run. And then look at this, it's instinctive. It doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. He could try that 10 more times, and I'm not sure it would come out just quite like that. That is...
What a ball,
It's
what a
art, it's
goal.
beauty. You know, the others are forced. This one is a work of art.
In fairness, I did buy those Chelsea gloves from just outside as well, off the back of that goal, so it's a very fair point. Yeah, all right, it's a fair cop. All three good contenders. You can vote for your favourite. Make sure you point down in the comments below and, yeah, tell us which one you prefer. Right, let's get straight into trending then, boys, because there's been a lot going on this week. Something that hasn't gone under the radar, rightly so, is the performance of Thiago Silva at the weekend. So, rightly so, he deserves a little bit of credit, doesn't he? I mean, he's fantastic, Zach.
This man, I honestly, every now and again, I just sit there and go, imagine if we signed him like 7 years ago. And what would have been. He had an outrageous performance. Obviously, he's come in, and this is obviously his second year at Chelsea, and he's been fantastic. I'm so happy we brought him in. He's also embraced the club as well. I kind of mentioned it with Demba Ba, but he really has. His whole family have embraced the club. He's brilliant on social media, every single bit about it. It was beautiful last year seeing him win the Champions League. But this game against Villa were not an easy game. In fact, we won 3-0. It wasn't necessarily a 3-0 game. This ball is outrageous. And he's got that in his locker. He's got everything. He's essentially the first version of the modern-day centre-back nowadays. I love him a bit. So I'm sure we'll see that block with his chest in a bit. That really was outrageous.
I was going to say that, Dan, he's a player that, and I hate that cliche, but
Rolls Royce.
just, yeah, he is, isn't he?
I knew you was going to say it.
Look at this.
Look at that. Do you know what? He's a mixture. On the ball, he becomes the Rolls Royce. His weight of passes, his choice of passes is always very good, but he's so good at doing that kind of... that sniffing out of danger. He knows exactly where to be. We didn't really have a right to win this game 3-0. They had quite a few chances, and he seemed to be just a thorn in their side. He wouldn't give them an inch to sniff. So yeah, getting better with age.
Imagine, like, if you're Trevor Chalobah as well now, and Andreas Christensen that we've seen. I mean, Rudiger's a bit older, but when you're playing next to this guy, you must be taking so many notes. Like, you have to be watching him play.
I didn't even know he played that.
That's what's stunning. Watching this thing, I'm going, how has he not got that many assists for Chelsea?
Oh,
His weight
he's
of
been
pass is
unfortunate,
frightening.
man.
Let's have a little look at some of the tweets then, because rightly so, he's getting a lot of credit on social media as well. I mean, the man is turning 37 in just a week's time. He's playing in one of the toughest European leagues and absolutely boss. And even at 37, doesn't look like this man is going to decline anytime soon. What an athlete, absolutely right, legend of the game. That's a great one, absolutely nails it. Thiago Silva needs appreciation, man. Such a great performance against Villa, used his long experience that day. What a guy. And this one is an absolute monster. To be playing at that level at his age, back from injury, is almost unfathomable. And it genuinely is, Dan, because we forget that. You know, he's had a long summer as well. He's come off of international duty as well. We only found out he could play Saturday morning.
Yeah, exactly. And he's always ready. And he obviously looks after his body. He doesn't look anything close to a 37-year-old. Yeah. I would have him not even really touching 27 yet. Honestly, the way he moves, even the way he looks, he's got a baby face. It's crazy, you know, just a complete professional. And he's just always ready, you know. If you call me on a Saturday morning for a fixture, I'm going to be like, I'm sure he was ready.
He's fantastic. He genuinely is. And there's so much praise that we could level with him. I mean, these are all kind of summing up the fact, you know, they're all based around his age, really. And the fact that he is 36, it doesn't feel like it's, like you just said there, Dan, it doesn't feel like a 36-year-old, does he, Zach?
Well, everyone's talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, right, and how old he is. I mean, he's a year older than Ronaldo, essentially. Yeah. And he's been brilliant every single time he steps on to that pitch. He's adapted to the Premier League so well. And as I kind of mentioned, the guys that he's playing around must look up to him and be studying his game. And he seems like he's already, he's won the captain band a couple of times as well. Like, he's embraced everything about this club fantastically.
Oh, that as well. It's the fact that when you're playing as a centre-half and you're up against young, explosive players, being 37
smart
sometimes is the last thing you want to be. But he is coping, not just coping, he's thriving.
He's absolutely pocketed Danny Ings at the weekend, and he's one of the most explosive players in the league. Exactly that, right. Lots to come on the show, obviously, all the build-up to Chelsea versus Zenit St. Petersburg. A little bit earlier on, we sent Zach out strolling down the Fulham Road.
So we're here in West Brompton Cemetery. Now, if you were walking down Fulham Road or on your way to Stamford Bridge, you would walk past here or through here if you were to leave Earls Court. And we're heading to Stamford Bridge for a huge game. The Champions League is back. It's back with a bang. And if you may remember, we might have won that competition just a few months ago in the summer. Now, obviously, we are facing Zenit St. Petersburg tonight at the Bridge, and it's going to be a huge game. I'm so excited to see us defend what is rightfully ours, the Champions League. Now, we have a pretty good group. You expect Chelsea to be the top of it and dominate it. However, no game in the Champions League is easy. We know that. We know the history of the European competition, but I, for one, am very excited for it. You may even see a few fans walking their own way down Fulham Road with a few Chelsea kits on. I'm also dodging the bushes down here. I'm also trying to make sure the cameraman doesn't get hit by people behind him as well. But this is what it's about. People on their way to the game, getting ready, going to the pub, seeing their mates. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, we won the Champions League during the coronavirus. So now have fans back here after winning it is very, very exciting. I cannot wait. But back to us in the studio.
Good work, mate. Just as well it weren't raining as well.
Oh, good. Very, very much so.
I did see the weather forecast. I think he's got lucky there. Right. Time to have a look at our Russian counterparts for this evening, our visitors to Stamford Bridge, and we get a little getting to know Zenit St. Petersburg. So I've got a couple of facts for you here, boys, right? So the first one is they've gone under 4 different names in their history: Leningrad Metalworks, Stalinets, FC Zenit, and then Zenit St. Petersburg. And I suppose this is, we're used to seeing this in English football and British football that we had one name for 150 odd years. So it's quite nice to see that, isn't it? The different cultures and the different way that you tie into things there.
That first name is quality.
It's good, isn't it?
Metalworks. What an honest team.
Result. Oh,
yeah,
come on. Come on, that's all right.
It's quality. I like it. I do. I love it.
Love that.
But yeah, we're obviously used here to having the same name from when we're founded. But why not freshen things up, you know? And to be fair, Zenit's one of those teams that have always been a little bit of an unknown quantity. All the Russian teams have. I feel like we have a pretty good record against all the Russian teams, but they're never easy. Maybe it's the distance, maybe it's the weather, maybe, I'm not sure, but they're always a little bit of a curveball. We come away with the 3 points, but it's never as easy as it could be.
It's definitely easier because fact 2 is that this guy isn't playing. I mean, he'd be some age now, to be fair, but Oleg Salenko.
Look at those legs, look how high they are. Both of them.
So I was looking into this, right? So 5 goals versus Cameroon in USA 94, the most goals he's ever scored in one World Cup finals match. Also, he's the only person in World Cup history to win the Golden Boot having been eliminated in the group stage. So he got 6 in that tournament. And he played 8 times for Russia and got 6 in a World Cup. That's a record, Zach.
Good guy, yeah. Different times. Different times then, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd be expecting to see that happen nowadays. It is very, very impressive. Thankfully he's not playing today.
Yeah, absolutely not. And they have got a rich pedigree, to be fair, to Zenit St. Petersburg as well. Fact 3 shows just how capable they are, because especially in Europe as well. Won the UEFA Cup, which is now the Europa League, and the Super Cup in 2008. They've had some players as well. Even in recent memory, Branislav Ivanovic was club captain only a couple of seasons ago. The Andrei Arshavin in there as well, former Arsenal player. And they've got plenty of players that you'll scan for and you'll go, oh, I remember him. So like you said, Dan, they've definitely got a past, and they're a team that can cause a lot of teams problems, and maybe a little bit underestimated in this group as well, because they'll fancy their chances of maybe sneaking through in the top 2.
Definitely. I'm not sure if they'll fancy their chances, but as in we definitely do overlook some teams. You know, you look at a group and you kind of work out who the best 2 who you expect to go through. But it's the Champions League. They are a good team in their league as well. You know, and they'll come here full of confidence. I'm sure they haven't lost in quite a while as well. So
they're
not used to losing. So we'll have to earn it today.
Absolutely right. Let's cross over then back to the Gantry to Max and Pat, who are going to talk us through our opposition tonight.
Yeah, thank you. We're here to talk about Zenit, aren't we? Find out everything there is to know about the 11 players that they're going to be fielding tonight. First of all, it's a change of formation, as you expected, Pat.
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand. We've got the teams out, and I thought if they play their normal 4-4-2 against Chelsea, good night. St. Petersburg, not Vienna, St. Petersburg. They've no chance against Chelsea, but they've been smart about it. They're going to leave Drogba out tonight. Now, if anyone has not seen Drogba, big, and I mean big, 6'6", but he's built with it as well. Good striker, you know, maybe not the most mobile, but he scores goals and he is a danger man, and he may well come on at some point. However, they've left him on the bench because they couldn't put two up front, and they're going to go with Asman. Now, he is a very, very talented striker. He scored well. We were talking about this before. He has scored already this season, whereas Drogba hasn't. And those are the players that eventually will have to make the difference. What they will look at is the midfield, and they have got good players. Coutinho coming in that midfield area. But there are so many Brazilians in that team. It's incredible.
Well, a lot of them, well, Malcolm and Claudinho in particular, received special dispensation to be able to play in tonight's game. Malcolm, of course, scoring the winner in the Olympics out in Japan. He's going to be a threat as well, isn't he, the former Barcelona man?
Yeah, if we give him a chance. But that's the problem that a lot of teams that come to Chelsea get. You know, they're playing against Chelsea, they're playing here at Stamford Bridge. They don't get a lot of time. We play at an incredible tempo. Every single player on our team is fighting and battling to keep their place. So they'll have to be at their very best. Now, to be fair, they have dominated Russian football for quite some time now. And tonight will be a big test for them. I think they feel more confident when the game's played in St. Petersburg, a little bit nearer their winter, which will be a cold night. However, they'll have to be extra special, and we'll have to be below par for them to get anything out of this game. What I want is a quick start, put them under pressure, and it won't be 4-5-1, it'll be 9-1 they're playing against us.
Well, here's hoping for that fast start and another switch in Zenit St. Petersburg formation. I'm Max Jones, this is Pat Nevin. We'll be back with live commentary very soon.
Thank you very much, boys. Yeah, absolutely. They'll be back very, very soon. It's getting close now. We're feeling it. Especially, we're all got a little bit buzzy because we've seen that young boys have beaten Man United as well in the opening Champions League. So, but that kind of sums up what you were just saying there, Dan, about not taking it for granted.
Yeah, all of these teams are good. They're all good. You know, you can't take your eye off. I think they may have got a red card or something like that, so that may have contributed. Maybe not. You know, I reckon young boys would have maybe beaten them without it. But yeah, you can't switch off. These are all quality teams with quality players, and if you're not at the races in 2021, when everyone is a primed athlete, and they'll punish you, so you have to be on the ball.
Absolutely right. Someone that's definitely not going to let any complacency slip into the Chelsea game plan today is Thomas Tuchel. Here he is speaking to the press.
The injury update is Christian did not train with us. He is in that, we said before, after national break, in that period of 10 days where we want to bring him back to the pitch. So he is still in treatment and individual training. N'Golo had 2 training sessions yesterday and today, but Champions League game comes a bit too early. We don't take the risk now at this moment of the season. So we decided to give him another load tomorrow in training. Then he will have a day off with all of us. And then he will rejoin team training on Thursday, Friday, Saturday to be absolutely fit for and ready for Tottenham game.
Romelu is a great addition for the team. We know with his experience, with his desire, his ambition to help the team.
When you hear what he says, that he dreamed about it since he was a little boy, and now he has the opportunity to come back as number 9 and the go-to guy up front, and to be the guy to help the team with goals. This is what he's up to. He's not shy of speaking it out loud. That's why he's our number 9. We all know how important it is to have a good start for strikers and to not wait too long for their goals. So we're very happy that he helps us with his goals, and he has this experience so early in the season. First game at Stamford Bridge, and hopefully he can continue tomorrow to score and be decisive for us. Unfortunately, we only had 3 substitutes in the last matches in Premier League. Otherwise, we would have made him play some minutes. But he's in the race now. Situation has changed for him. He's in a good shape. He's in a good mental shape, attitude, and in a good shape on the pitch. So can play any minute.
We enjoy a lot that night in Porto, but now there is a new challenge ahead of us. We start from zero, every team in Europe. So we know that we have to fight hard to get where we want to be, and starting from tomorrow, it's going to be a difficult game. We know that there is not a lot of room for mistakes. So from tomorrow, we have to be focused. Whatever we did in the past, of course, was very special, but that won't give any advantage for this season.
the most important is not to look back. The most important is to keep the feeling and to keep the hunger, that because that feeling feeds like also creates a hunger for more, and it's addictive. And in general, it is about winning. This game is about winning, because winning changes your feeling, your atmosphere here within the building, your work atmosphere. It changes it completely, and it gives you natural confidence. But at the same time, it is absolutely necessary to forget it and to start from scratch, to show this hunger and mentality again. And this is what I feel and what I demand from myself and from everybody else around.
I always felt since I arrived here that Chelsea fights for every trophy, and it's gonna be the case this season. We will go for every single competition with the fully focus on trying to get as far as possible. We know that every year is more and more difficult now. Coming as a champions of Europe, every team wants to beat us, and we have to be ready for it, because it's a new challenge that we are facing, and it's gonna be a tough one to do it.
Right, let's get stuck into, in case you missed it then, starting with a former Chelsea player in Patrick Bamford. I don't know if you've seen this week, but he's obviously had a fantastic week for himself, making his England debut. He's now played more minutes for England than he did for Burnley during that loan spell, 34 minutes. Yeah, I mean,
he's come leaps and bounds.
He's come on a long way.
17 goals, 7 assists last season is so impressive from Patrick.
Superb player.
Doing so well.
Another player that's getting minutes in a different capacity is our very own Petr Cech, who we'll see icing up. Is that what you say? Re-signs for Guildford Phoenix ice hockey team. That is stunning. Dan, we saw him at the weekend, didn't we? Downstairs in the office.
I tried to have my
Did you?
composure,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
oh my God, how have I missed that?
I had to. I lost my head. I was like,
oh my God, how have I missed that?
Yeah. I had to let him go in the lift first, didn't I? I was like, I can't do that.
This is royalty.
Anyway, we'll talk about this after. We've got to carry on. We've got plenty more. So this is a really funny one as well. Tanzania broke a world record in their match against Madagascar. If you haven't seen this as well, they won a penalty after 4 seconds.
how?
How is that possible? In fact, I was going to ask a man that gives away fouls very, very quickly. Dan, how is that possible?
I don't give away pens. I've only ever given away one of those. I'm guessing it's a 5-a-side pitch. There's no way you can make it to the box in 4 seconds.
It's quick.
Is Usain Bolt playing for one of these teams?
I guess they like to move it.
Oh, that's a good one to be fit from the film Madagascar. I got you.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Let's calm that
Horrible.
down. Time to hear some of the pre-match thoughts of some of the fans outside the ground.
Zenit St. Petersburg, what are you expecting?
4-0.
4-0.
4-0 to Chelsea.
Anything else? Exciting game?
Exciting game. I don't know. Lukaku to start. Hopefully Werner gets a couple.
3-0 Chelsea, straight up.
Straight up?
Easy.
4-0 Chelsea.
4-0?
Yeah,
Easy.
Big Rom hat-trick.
I expect a really solid game. The boys looking strong. Lukaku's coming here, he's done his thing. So I predict a solid 4-0. I want the defence to be good, you know. I'm just excited. I'm just excited for the game. You can see it, right? Come on.
Good work. A lot of positivity, a lot of Romelu Lukaku hat-trick chat as well from a lot of people around the ground. Also, we wanted to mark that today as well because it would have been Ray Wilkins' 65th birthday today, so obviously very sorely missed by everyone at the club. Massively loved, an absolute legend. And there's that saying, and I think there's a banner around Stamford Bridge, so don't make him like Ray anymore because they really, really don't. An absolute legend, and he's very sorely missed by everyone at the football club. Zach, on to tonight then. He'd have loved a European night at the Bridge, back at the Bridge, especially with all fans back in. It does feel special again, doesn't it?
Mate, it's such a... I mean, we can hear the fans through here. I don't know if it picks it up on the mics at all, but you can just hear it. Like, you're hearing, we are the champions. You're hearing, we know what we are. It's a beautiful scene. I mean, the Champions League is the greatest thing for a footballer, right? To win it, to go up against the very best, your Barcelonas, your Juventuses, even when you face other English teams in this competition, it feels different. It's not the Premier League, it's special. And yeah, I love this. I mean, you see some of the greatest games that have ever been played in this competition, and yeah, it's exciting to be back, and I can't wait to hopefully be in Zenit St. Petersburg in May.
Yeah, mate, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? And Dan, very quickly, because I know you'll find a way to get to the final. Have you already booked your flight share?
Do you know what? I didn't know it was in St. Petersburg, but I'm going to go and book them now.
Yeah.
No, I did it last time. We won the Champions League, so I'm going to go and book it right now.
That's what we need. Right then, moments away from commentary. Chelsea versus Zenit St. Petersburg is next.